Welcome everyone back to another round of the Zelda 1 2020 Random Percent Tournament. We are in the bonus bracket with game one of Angel FM versus Syscrusher. I'm joined today by EXO. How are you doing today?
Doing very well. How about yourself?
It's a great day for racing.
No, absolutely.
So in the bonus bracket here, Angel FM lost in round one and then defeated me in round two. So I'm kind of rooting for Angel. Syscrusher was able to take out JSR in the first round, then got bumped down here by the father Fred Coughlin in round two. So fighting for our tournament lives here.
Well, should be a good one. Both these runners are very competent.
Oh, Angel, I like the shout out. Angel's name was Ban Luris Please, which is a new magic card they just released. So thanks for the shout out, Angel. Zero Triforce, blue boomerang, red ring, and we get a candle shop right off the start. And we have a heart container on the coast. So pretty nice start. Players will have lots of exploration and defense. No real offense to speak of, but we can get around. Zero HP is not on. That boomerang did not kill something. And we will be looking for the library for most of the day today.
Yeah, it's interesting that Angel picked that candle up, and Syscrusher seemed to have passed on the cave altogether.
Yeah, a little curious there. Expensive candles too, so paying for one is not going to be helpful. Oh, Syscrusher did pick it up.
Oh, that's good. All right.
Starting over here on the right side of the map, going to be checking our Armos items locations real quick. Both runners pretty much following the same checks to start this off.
Yeah, did Fury roll this seed? These guys started with a blue boomerang.
I don't know, but TGE would be proud.
Yeah.
That is water at the second quest location.
Yep, definitely dealing with the mixed quest on this one.
Our medium secret is 29, so pretty much average. Angel's gonna have to be a little bit more careful. Took some damage on that Armos screen trying to get back through the blue Gurias. But nobody's found any bombs yet. So coming up onto this area, oh, we got a dungeon underneath Armos in the hills.
It's a nice shade of green.
We have a question mark dungeons as well, so not a clue where we're going to be. However, the color kind of leads us towards
The
kind of either second quest 4-ish color.
Yeah. Yeah, typically I'd say that vertical shoot would be indicative of 2Q6.
It's a little bit too far to the right for second quest 4 though.
Yep.
So Syscrusher going up to 5 the hard way. He's going to confirm whether this is second quest or a mixed overworld here. And it is a mixed overworld. Okay, so
At another board. This is great.
So we found
down.
We found both of our green boards, but it looks like this one's going to be locked in, as that's a Chevy room, one door in.
Yeah. Come back, try again later. Now with these flags, we've got a 50-50 chance that sword's going to be at the vanilla location. We'll see how long it takes either of these runners to route their way over there.
Yeah, so it looks like we've got a first crest 3 on where 5 was, and then a white sword at the white sword cave.
Speaking of swords, yep. It's kind of nice to see sword upgrades instead of having to worry about the bomb upgrades.
Yeah, Yeah, that can be a very troublesome seed, and since we don't have any 0 HP stuff going on, we don't know if the enemies have rolled up in hit points either. So having that white sword upgrade could very easily save us a lot of trouble.
Yep. Syscrusher's gonna go back and check while he's here. Nope. Gonna need at least 5 or 6 hearts to get that.
Angel, if I'm pirouetting that door, trying to see if the bomb wall across from here will open, pretty sure it's not going to, so they're out of here.
Yep. So just got a host over for Randomizer 4. Welcome all viewers. Just joining us, you have not missed much. Both these runners started with a blue boomerang, red ring.
Hope you enjoyed your match versus Cantaloupe and TA909.
Yep. And we have second quest 8 over on the Syscrusher side, 3 green dungeons so far.
Alright, so we got a 2Q8, and it looks like the right color for 2Q8. So with that in mind, we can definitely... Looks like the first quest ones for 3 and 5 were the other ones we found.
That's correct. Do find the any roads shuffled here. Excuse me. It's gonna make that power bracelet all the more powerful.
That's actually helpful for Syscrusher. That one brings him down to a spot with a lot of open caves down here. Still looking for a sword. There's a 50% chance it's at vanilla location. $65 arrows, not too bad for those either.
Yeah, $41 meat to boot. Might be useful in level 8.
Power bracelet, not in the original location, but is our Armos item. Angel still with no bombs, but is moving through Death Mountain here to check the other Armos spot. Probably checking this. Finds another palace.
Yeah, this is the 2Q8 that Syscrusher saw.
Able to get through that wall. I don't think Syscrusher...
No, definitely.
Slow bubbles.
Nice. Well, got an exploration item out of it.
Angel's gonna save, go back to the coast, and check the raft spot there.
This is a great play. Might as well get his slow-mo wiped by that save.
So, Wood Sword is in Wood Sword Cave, and raft is required.
Uh-oh.
Well, fortunately, that raft wasn't too far into 8. So Syscrusher will find it when he goes back.
Yeah, eventually. Just gives Angel a little bit of exploration advantage at this point.
Yeah, even once you find... Knowing that this is a mixed quest, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be checked here to find a dungeon, and many runners will wait on the raft for one of your last checks.
Yeah, and this is going to be first quest 4. But with no bombs, no keys. I'll have to come back.
So with the mixed overworld, we have to keep checking and checking and checking pretty much every spot on the overworld. There's only about, with a mixed quest, there's only about 8 locations that can't have the possibility of a door.
That's correct. Yeah, and the only difference is the amount of money these runners will see. We've yet to determine whether it's first quest mixed or second quest mixed.
So Angel did pick up the letter, so they're gonna have the ability to pick up potions later on in the run. And we see Book in the shops. That means boomsticks are on.
More importantly, we got some bombs finally.
$14 bombs, that's actually a great price.
Yeah. Take that any day of the week.
So Angel checking out their warp zones as Syscrusher comes back through the Lost Hills to go check these other open caves and probably check that power bracelet slot as well.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to leave that one sitting out there like an island. And he does double back. Just realized it.
And power bracelet was required as well.
Yeah, so this will be First Quest 6 that we're looking at. With some whiz robes. Well, that's vanilla.
That is not a fun dungeon to have to dig out.
No, at least both runners have red rings, so it won't be so bad. But
Angel, the other graft spot, has one of our large secrets at 109. That's gonna put them a lot closer to getting that boomstick. And the book could also do a couple other things. It could be an atlas, and it could also help us to understand the old men who are speaking Spanish right now. So
that's right. Syscrusher's gonna slowly work through these whiz robes here.
yeah, those beams still do a lot of damage even with the red ring, so he's gonna have to start that room over again.
Yeah, there's not a shutter door there, so if he wanted to just skip the room, he could. Opts to nope out for now.
Especially with that kind of combat, the knowledge of where the dungeon is probably more important than going in it right now. We still need all 8 Triforces, so we're going to have to clear that at some point. But there's plenty of overworld to discover.
Absolutely. And he might want to double back and get that white sword. If he picks up one more heart, that'll double the offense, make those whiz robes that much easier.
There's a really good chance he can pick it up immediately because there's only a 50% chance that those hearts do get shuffled. So once you get to the 5 heart, it's a 50% chance that it didn't matter because it was going to be vanilla. And
right.
Then there's the chance of it being 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Correct.
So he's got, I think, like an 80-something% chance of being able to pick that up now.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I would say, considering we know it's not, 3 or 4 hearts, it's really down to a 50-50 at this point. Even though I understand the logic of the percentages that you're...
Yeah, and Syscrusher's got this... Seems like they've got the same mindset. I'll just keep exploring. I'm going to find another heart either checking a dungeon or finding the last cave that I need, so I'll get it at some point. But at least it's not sparkle. It's not glitter bombs, so that's important.
That's right.
So Angel finding their bomb shop, and gonna go explore Forgotten real quick.
I'm interested to see. I know they got a lot of exploring to do, and you have to, like you said, you have to find all 6 dungeons, but you still need all the Triforces. And now that both runners have a sword, I'd be surprised if they don't put their heads into some of these dungeons and dig out the item and or Triforce.
Yeah, finding an obvious 8, Second Quest 8, that's not a fun dungeon to dig. And then a Wizrobe 6, that's not a fun dungeon to dig. They're looking for, 1 through 4 to start these digs off with, since we do need everything.
Right. Yep. Yeah, 3 and 5 they're manageable as long as you can get a ladder block in 5. Nope.
So Angel did find Syscrusher did find the last take any cave, grabs his heart, and it looks like they're gonna upgrade their combat.
Yeah.
$69 keys.
Everything's on sale in Hyrule this evening.
Which probably means we're on second quest.
That would be interesting. It'd be
Angel gonna take that money and buy an arrow. Probably a wise play. They're going to be exploring a lot of Death Mountain and could end up losing a lot of it.
Yep. Meanwhile, Syscrusher is going to head back into the level. Another level 5.
Yeah, I wonder what the dollar to rupee exchange rate is, because it's not $69 keys, it's 69 rupee keys. But I wonder what the exchange rate is right now.
I honestly have never checked.
Angel trying to set up a clip, but these Lionos just will not give them any space. Just sword beams straight at the head the whole time. And we find Magical Sword Cave up on Death Mountain here.
Yeah, both these runners are having a tough time farming bombs off the enemies.
So we've got Angel is about to finish up Death Mountain's exploration. Got about 2 checks left here after that bomb hole did not open. Syscrusher finishing up all of these bushes in the Lost Hills, and then we'll probably head over towards Candle Row and back to the Deadwoods.
Yep. Essentially, we'll be seeing these runners swapping positions. Oh, we finally got some bomb drops. I didn't notice what dropped it.
It was a blue Octorok, so that is vanilla. I think Angel's other pickup was off a blue Lionos, so looks like we're not shuffling the enemy drops.
That's good. Just getting very bad luck at this point.
Well, and part of it was we just keep seeing a bunch of Lionos, so Syscrusher looks like they're gonna try this 6 again. That's not a room you want to try, though.
Yeah, this one... I mean, you know the door's open. So, I mean, this room could have a key or a compass.
But with such little mobility in this room, Syscrusher did a good job of getting a lot of hits in there. Well, they knew they were going to take damage, so they just took the damage, and then got their hits in while they were working.
Yep. The white sword makes it just that much easier, too. Still no keys.
We might have a shutter. We might have a push block here.
We do have permanent sword beams as well.
Alright, Angel's gonna go into this
2Q7. That's gonna be another interesting route. 1 bomb gotta count.
good bomb there to up their count. Syscrusher finds Heart Drop on the floor in 6's boss room, so we might not have the drop shuffled, and we might not have the drop locations shuffled.
Yeah, that'll definitely give both these runners a lot of information if that holds true. If that's the case, Angel will be looking at a Gleeok room. It's level 7. And we still haven't identified whether or not Heart Shuffle is on.
But we did see a heart at the coast. So, if we see any heart in the dungeons, then we'll know that Heart Shuffle in the basements. We'll know that Heart Shuffle is on since we've already identified the one in there.
Little clock over there on Syscrusher's side. What a beautiful timing.
And 19 minutes in, we get a key.
Yep.
And Angel gets a key just before him, so... Now, the interesting thing about this 2Q7, we're not going to need any bombs unless there's some kind of crazy logical infallibility that needed to be fixed. We're also not going to need to check for push doors. Not push doors, secret doors.
Yeah, walk through walls, right?
Yeah, that's doing the bad word stuff.
it's. I knew what you meant. I'm sure everybody in the audience did. We're also going to see 2 muggers in here, so it'll be interesting to see what they're asking for today.
Now this is where Angel not having that sword upgrade is really costing them. It was a long room to clear. They didn't take a ton of damage, but just the time spent to clear that, and if they have to come back through here at some point after an up A or something, it's going to be kind of a headache.
Yep.
Whereas we have on Syscrusher's side, clearly getting through these Wizrobe rooms a little bit faster. And there is a lot of shutter doors in this 6.
Yeah, Angel spotted a potential ladder block there. And up aid saved and will come back at a later date. Meanwhile,
and we have our first Triforce pickup by Syscrusher in the tail.
that's a quick 6. I mean, he was in a lot of it, but
we didn't see the item in the basement of 6, so
No, we
still leaves us maybe having to redive this. Angel's gonna go back up to that raft spot. So this is 4.
that's right. And I believe they were bomb blocked or key blocked.
That was a good manhandler kill and got the bombs back on it. And a red candle.
Not really what you're looking forward to seeing at this point, but we'll take the repeatable offense.
So here we're also looking for a Gliok room to find our floor drop, if that flag holds true. That's a Dig Dogger and a we found a couple of Dig Doggers, or a couple of Dodongos now, and a couple of Manhandlas, so we might be dealing with extra bosses.
And you definitely need both bombs and keys to traverse this 6. I mean 4. See if Syscrusher has better luck in 2Q7.
So that could have been Goma block, but fortunately there's an open stair there, and it looks like the luck ran out for Angel, had to leave 4 again.
Yeah.
This time they're leaving with the items, so if they buy into the hearts not being shuffled idea, then all they need to come back for is the Triforce. And they have the compass from that dungeon, so finding it won't be too hard if they get maybe a ladder or a better weapon. Yes, Chills, we got 0 Triforce start. We've got a mixed overworld, so we're going to be exploring for a while. And our first mugger wants money or hearts.
Yep. It's a good choice. Doesn't have the money, but with Red Ring, the hearts aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah, these runners are already, with just 6 hearts, they're at effective 24 life, so...
Dig Dogger block,
Yeah, I'm really leaning towards extra bosses. Like, we've seen about 30 rooms of dungeons, and we've seen 2 Aquamentus, 2 Dig Doggers, 2 Dodongos, 2 Manhandlas, and at least 1 Goma.
Yeah, I was gonna say a couple of Gomas in there too.
So Angel gonna grab not that heart, gonna grab that last piece of the potion, knowing that second quest is on for the back half of the dungeons. That potion is gonna help him get rid of slow bubble curses, and they did find the slow bubble curse already. So
Yeah. Meanwhile, Syscrusher was able to pull the Triforce at a level 7.
Syscrusher has a Triforce lead, already up to 2 different Triforces. Depending on what items are in those dungeons, may not have to go back in.
Pricey hints. We're on a 2Q mixed quest with that green level 3. So money's going to be limited to that Soul 100 secret found on the raft spot.
And Syscrusher is in no condition to find that right now. Angel did pick up the white sword at 5, so...
This is going to be a dungeon worth exploring.
Yeah, this is level 1. And an early compass, too, so... Easy dungeon to dig out, lots of items. Hopefully the enemy sets might not be shuffled as well.
Yeah, it sure doesn't look like it so far. Seeing those Wizards in 6 and Stalfos here.
Ooh, good catch by Syscrusher to check that room. That's going to be our staircase item, and it's the bow. So half the puzzle for Syscrusher down if Ganon's needed.
Angel found 2. So both these runners in smaller dungeons, ones they want to dig out for sure.
Yeah, ropes in 2. Yeah, I don't think that we shuffled any of the enemies in this seed.
Yeah, that just means we're going to be seeing those Wizards in level 9. So that'll be fun.
Well, with White Sword and Permanent Sword Beams, we should be able to handle those, and Red Ring, we should be able to handle the enemy sets. It's just a matter of if the game decides to troll us with the room sets being nasty. We're not sure what blocked Angel in for, but we do know that extra bosses are on, so it's very possible that he got blocked by something like not having bombs or just needing or having to kill a Dig Dogger or Goma.
Yep. And there's
Alright, that is another heart on the ground in an Aquamentus room, so I'm pretty sure the heart shuffles are not on and are in vanilla locations.
That's right. So let's see if Syscrusher picks up one. He's going to be looking for that 4 block room. There's a second item here.
Or he's just going to grab this Triforce and get out of here. Big shield into.
It's definitely a good pickup with the Wizards. You know where they're at. And yeah, he's taking his Triforce and running.
And this should be a heart container for Angel, and it is. So Angel clears 2, gets all the items, just a big shield, but that's an end of 2.
Well, almost.
Curious that they're still going. Maybe they're looking for. They could be looking for keys here. That would be a wise pickup. 2 tends to drop a lot of keys, and since it's a dungeon where you could predominantly move around by just bombing things. Yeah, they wanted to check for a key real quick at a spot where they could find one without spending a key.
So, right, did we see the item in 2, though?
Big shield.
Big shield, right, you mentioned that.
And 2 is at the arrow up on Death Mountain, so that's also tucked away. A lot of these dungeons are tucked away. Power Bracelet, Raft, way up on Death Mountain behind a Power Bracelet, so... Now we just need a recorder block, and we'll have the full Monty.
Well, we've, unfortunately, outside of level 9, we've seen every other dungeon. So, we can still hope. I'm totally on board with the sea trolling it a little bit.
Looks like from that up A, I'm betting the Angels, now that they've got a couple keys and a pack of bombs and the white sword, is going to go back and try this 4. Ooh, that was unfortunate. I think they assumed that they were going to pick that up.
Yeah, oh no. That's just a bit of bad luck right there. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we already know we've got a ladder block.
Yeah, we've got that ladder block in, what was that, 7 or 8?
I think it was 5.
Oh, I thought, okay. Then
But,
maybe I was thinking of a different one.
Yeah, or 3, actually. Sorry, I think it was 3, because they...
Well, we found one in
tried to
4
get
as well, because that is a hard ladder block in 4. There's no way around that.
Yeah, there you go. So it'd be interesting to see if Syscrusher left that ladder on the floor in 1.
That's true. That is a spot that ladder could be that would have been really easy for him to access.
Gonna go back to 8. He should get his raft.
Yeah, there should be a raft right here.
Let's see how much longer he sticks around to dig this stuff.
A little bit better combat and has bombs coming in here, but doesn't have keys.
Yeah.
And there's another hard block.
Yep. Well, yep, you were right. It's 3 rooms in, so we have 3 ladder block dungeons.
And that leaves us with 1, 7, and 3 that we have to dig out to find it, or 6. Well, we knew the
6.
item for 6. So.
I don't think we saw the staircase item in 6.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we just saw the heart in 6. That's right. So back to the overworld. Runners, not all the runners haven't found all the dungeons each. We've just seen each dungeon off of them, so.
Looks like Syscrusher is trying to build a count here.
And that bottom left-hand corner is that last dungeon. I think Angel has to go back into here.
Yeah, this was level 1. And we'll see if he digs out the item that Syscrusher left behind.
Yeah, that could be a game breaker right there, because knowing how many dungeons are blocked, there's not much else to dig out. It's gonna grab the bow.
Yep. I was gonna say, at this point, the only thing stopping Syscrusher from heading back to 1 or 6 is locating 2 and 4.
Right. Like, they're gonna find 2. When they find 2, that seemed like it was a pretty straightforward dungeon to clear out, get all the items and such.
Yep.
It's really just gonna be a matter of if they deep dive. Well, 4 we already saw was ladder block too, so the 4's not gonna stop them either.
That's right. just have to go in there and discover that for himself. A lot of key scarcity as well. Both these runners running short again.
Yeah, those 69 rupee keys might end up being very important this seed, and since we're already short on money, it's not going to be something fun they want to explore.
Angel spends their last key. We'll get the Triforce if they continue heading this way.
But by spending their last key, there's a good shot they're not able to dig out that item in here either.
Yep. That could very well have been why Syscrusher left as well. Let's see at this point what these runners wanted. At this point, Angel only has options to go back to 6, 5, and 7. Or perhaps play the money making. Get some keys.
Angel can pay for a key, but then it's a matter of where do you spend it. We saw 3 keyholes in just level 1 alone. You buy a key and up A, save maybe, but that's really hard to get back up to this spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a time commitment to do that. So we'll see.
77 for Coke and 39 for Pepsi today, so that's 39, 78 for Pepsi, so it's about the same.
Here we go. Syscrusher now in 2.
Alright, Angel's done thinking. They're gonna leave level 1 where it is, not try to get any cute things out of there, and keep exploring. Not going with any lack strats today. We're just going to leave the money-making games where they are.
So where do you want to see this recorder that may or may not block level?
Well, the recorder's... I feel like the recorder's the other item in 8.
That's just nasty.
But we're still... It's getting very close to being a recorder blocked 9. We've seen... I'm trying to think of what locations we haven't seen yet.
No, I think combined they've pretty much covered them. At this point. So yeah, I would agree with you. I think we're going to need that recorder. But first, we need the ladder.
Yeah, I think the only locations that we could access right now without the recorder are maybe the bomb locations along the river. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I can think of. Syscrusher's got their big. And Angel has picked up some more money. Angel has been able to save a lot of this money here at 144. But that kind of... It really puts a cramp on the fact that, like, you have so many things you want to buy in this seed.
Yep. Yeah, totally agree. They have picked up that 100 secret so far, so when Syscrusher gets around to checking that raft spot, it'll almost be equal in money. Well, actually, it'll exceed.
But you can see Angel bought the arrows earlier, but is concerned about money. So instead of using those arrows maybe to supplement their combat, they're just conserving as much of the rupee they can. And since we know these are vanilla 1 and 2, it's kind of weird for them to buy the boomstick. Like, we don't have it yet, and you know what the dungeon layout looks like. We're not searching for bomb holes.
That's right. With what we've seen so far with all the key blocks as well, I mean, and the prices of keys being so inexpensive, you know, that'd be one of the first things that I would make a priority, is trying to buy one or two of them.
Well, Angel's gonna make another dive into 8 here.
Yeah, this is 7.
Or, yeah, 7.
Yeah, but they still need the Triforce, and they'll be able to get it from approaching from the south. But that does not give us any information about what the item may have been here.
And we know, we saw this one from Syscrusher. Syscrusher also noped out of here.
You did see the key purchase over on the Syscrusher side.
Whereas Angel's gonna take one of these staircases. Oh, it just reroutes right back to the room we were just in.
Fate, as it were.
Alright, take that 7 and get out of here. So Syscrusher's still holding a 1 Triforce lead, but 1, 6, and 7 all have items that could still be found by either runner. And Angel's gonna go back for 7 again.
Yeah, I don't mind this move. At this point, they're kind of strapped as the options they have left. So,
Syscrusher's getting their big cash right now.
yeah, they'll be able to afford 2 more keys.
Yeah, that could actually be very important in this seed. And it looks like that's their plan. Go right back and just buy up on more keys. They actually are just short of getting a second one here.
Oh, how much were they?
69, so you need 138.
For some reason in my mind, I thought they were 61. So yeah, I would agree.
Well, that's because nobody in chat said, nice!
Yeah, it's right. But he's heading back to level 1, so he's gonna spend a couple of these keys. See what it nets him.
So he's got a couple of spots to check. You can check the right wing behind where the Triforce was. There's 2 spots there. Or you can go check the neck. One of the big problems was that the hint was right here in the center, so we can't bomb north of the hint. So we can just kind of waddle around everything and pay for extra keys.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. This is a room Angel's been in before. And it's a transport. But I don't know that it's going to take wants to go.
They got through this transport as well, but the difference was the last time they just didn't want to have to clear it again because the combat took so long. This time with the White Sword, a lot faster combat, able to get through.
There's your recorder.
Ah, tutor in 1, huh? Okay.
So, let's see what it does.
And Angel gets money blocked in 7.
It's basically the cost of a key. It's heartbreaking to watch. It looks like it takes you to yeah, I was gonna say unbeaten dungeons, right?
Yeah, but it's unbeaten vanilla.
No. No, I think it's just it's coincidence. We had a dungeon at Vanilla 5.
Oh,
so.
that's right. Yeah, that was just coincidental. This is great for Syscrusher. As long as the items they need are in dungeons he hasn't finished, that's gonna basically allow him to full clear this without ever traversing the overworld again.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because in this dungeon we know he's going to be ladder blocked, but he's going to spend 2 keys to find that information out.
Yeah, that's what slowed Angel down. Angel has a lot of this 7 cleared with no item. I think they only have 3 rooms they haven't been in.
Syscrusher going to take a hard pass there. The red candle stares at the key door for a moment and goes through. see what happens when he lights up this room and finds the other key door to the west.
Angel has 3 rooms left in 7 and can't get to them.
That's good news. So, I mean, it's really looking like that ladder's going to be in 6 then.
Yeah, I think they might have had the option to keep going, but with 1 key, which is more than they went in with, I think they're more of the mindset of, I need to spend this someplace else, than in the dungeon where there's only a couple rooms left.
Yeah, this will be possibly Syscrusher's last key. He's able to bomb a...
Huh, I don't think Angel bombed that way.
Interesting. So you were not ladder blocked. 4.
Yeah, I think when I looked, I just thought that they were 1 square lower, so that was like a hard block there because you wouldn't be able to go right. But seems Syscrusher got through, found the Triforce. Are they gonna keep digging?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think you kind of have to at this point. Seeing all these ladder blocks. Well, no, actually, he doesn't need to dig. He's found the red candle. Now he's just looking for keys. So he's seen the heart, seen the red candle.
Yeah, so he grabs a key, and 2 is gonna be fine. He can probably navigate another dungeon off 2 keys without too much trouble.
Angel's in 6.
Angel's gonna find their Triforce when they go north here.
Yep.
Probably will take it and refill as an up A anyways.
So this means we're looking for the ladder in 6 potentially, unless there was no block in level 5. So this is level 5 that Syscrusher's in.
Ooh, tempting.
Ooh, 6 bombs.
That's a huge amount of damage, and that can actually save him a lot of keys as well.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like there was an immediate ladder block in 5 here, but more of a combat block when these guys first entered.
Yeah, I think when they first came in, it was more a matter of, do I really want to fight a 4-headed Gleeok even with the red ring with 3 hearts and a wood sword?
Yeah, well, and I believe both runners, when they found this dungeon, didn't even have a sword in them.
Good point.
Yeah, so...
Syscrusher finding their next heart on the ground. While Angel FM deals with another pack of Wizrobes.
Opts to skip the nickel on the ground. It's so tempting, but you not.
But it picks up the other one.
Yeah. I have trouble trying to ignore the shiny objects in the levels at times.
Oh,
there
yeah.
goes your key problems.
Any key for Syscrusher.
So interesting. So, we now know that Angel is in the right dungeon to find this ladder.
Yes. The only... Well, we could still have it somewhere behind a bunch of keys in 1, right?
No, we found the bow and the recorder in 1.
Oh, that's right. Yep, we found the recorder in 1.
Yeah, barring a transport stair here in 5, this is going to end up being ladder blocked. Which is good news for Syscrusher, because he's going to know that he needs to just go back to 6. You know there's a hard ladder block in now 3, 5, and 8. So he should be making a beeline back there.
But has he found the item in 7 yet?
He hasn't, so he might opt to go. I mean, It's what's the lesser of two evils, I guess.
Yeah, do you make the... Yeah, it's like your options are either make the, quote, big brain play, or go into the easy thing and then think that you did it wrong the whole time. This 6 is not being friendly either. A lot of walls that just don't look like they should be the next spot and just don't want to bomb. Actually, this 6 has got a ladder block here too.
That's very, very interesting.
I mean, there's still a couple rooms that can be checked in this 6, though.
That's right. Well, Syscrusher's back in 7, so... one of these runners... No, he's leaving. I was gonna say, one of them is about to show us the answer.
Well, this is a dark room, so it can't be a push block here.
Nope, but I don't believe that Syscrusher saw this room to the north. Angel is...
No, this is the room to the north, I believe, is the last room that could be... Well, we've got the blue Wiz Robe in a nice pattern here. Just gotta get rid of this red one.
There we go, Syscrusher back in 6.
Just a bomb drop. You gotta spend that key.
Yep. Can't leave this room orphan. Oh, and it's a potential push block. So either way, if this is not the item, it's gonna get him to the other side of that ladder block. Over on the east part of this level.
Angel being very careful not to spend their last one there.
Oh, it's in 7. Oh, it's amazing.
Well, that does help Angel, though. Angel has seen 90% of that 7. And if they know they have to go into 7, they know the 3 rooms that it has... One of the 3 rooms that it has to be in. Whereas Syscrusher did not really dig 7 very deep.
And they're, take the any road. Let's see, take some... into level 8. Well, did Angel not see the ladder block in here?
Well, Angel didn't see... I think Angel just grabbed the raft and left. Because remember, they came in without any combat here, so when Syscrusher got into this room, well, he can't clip it. Oh, and the blue's stuck inside. They can't clip inside of there.
Well, fortunately, there was an easy enemy set.
Alright, so you gotta come north, see the block. Remembers that the other room is the room with the raft, so that 8 is dead now.
That's right, and Syscrusher's entering 7 right now, so... It's only a matter of time before he comes across this ladder.
Syscrusher also has a Triforce advantage already, so they are already up the Triforce in 4 that is not necessary, that the item is not necessary.
Yep. Looks like
Angel's grabbing a key.
Yeah, gonna make the play back to 1, no doubt. Which will help as far as, you know, getting him around the high roll, because he'll be able to easily transport back to, you know, like 5 or any of the unbeaten dungeons.
And like we said, we still have not found 9, so there's a good chance that's a required item that he has to get out of this one.
That's right.
Just gonna go ahead and kill this Dig Dogger. I think he's already checked this staircase the Dig Dogger's at, but he wants to go to the right here and continue exploring.
Yep.
think they were just looking for more keys.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to spend one here, and the worst thing would be if they walked into this room and it just asked for a second key.
That's right. This is the room. They will get their recorder and still possibly poking for Nick.
It's an open room. They find one, so that replaces the one they spent in here, so that'll keep them at 2.
Yep.
Now, they also haven't seen the item in 5, so they might go back to 5 next. But instead, they're going to check some recorder spots. Since one's right at start, that is not a recorder spot. It's going to plop them back up on Death Mountain.
Yep. Right back to level 8. See if he realizes that he just got taken to unbeaten dungeons.
Well, good news, Syscrusher found a clock in this nasty room. Bad news, you can't touch the blue bubbles after you get a clock.
That's right. But this very well could be the item. This is a room we had not seen, and it is.
It's the ladder.
And that's pretty much going to do it. I mean, as for Syscrusher, he's in go mode right now.
Yeah, well, he's in Fine 9 mode, because
that's right.
Not.
That's right. Triforce and go, I should say.
Yes, definitely Triforce and go mode.
I'd like to see him save out of here.
The blue bubble.
Got it. So, at this point, where's he going? Could just toot back to the level he needs to go to.
Well, it was easy for him to screen scroll over to this recorder spot in the Deadwoods.
Yeah.
From where he was. So he's going to check this first, and then probably go find something else.
Yeah, it doesn't... And there it is. The little...
Big brain!
It definitely didn't hurt to check it. So at this point, now he can record her way to 2 dungeons he needs. 3 dungeons he needs. So,
any key for Angel, so that'll solve all the key problems. He should be going back to 7 now.
Yep. Yeah, we know 4 wasn't ladder blocked, but if that's what they had in their mind.
So now it's a question of, do you continue to check basement stairs on the way here? There's a really good chance you haven't had any indication that Red Ring or Silvers have been shuffled. You know Heart Shuffle's off, so there's not really a reason to kill anything on the overworld, on the map that you don't have to.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, this is Angel's like 3 rooms away from realizing that there's a ladder block in here as well. But you can see the speed that both of these runners picked up. Now having the any key, there's absolutely nothing
no more
stopping.
questions.
So it is going to remain a mystery what is going to be in level 3, and probably the second item in level 8.
You got a much better chance of finding the 8 item just because there's so many staircases in 2Q8 that you have to look at.
Yeah. Now, it would be very interesting if Ganon's required, and these runners come across that boomerang at level 9, and have that, sinking feeling, where it's like, uh-oh.
Currently, we're missing a wand and a boomerang are the other 2 items that we could be needing. So there's wand, boomerang, Silvers, and Red Ring out there somewhere, even though we already have the Red Ring. And if you was paying attention, I don't think you have to kill this because we've already had... I think most of the Triforces were in Triforce rooms, if not all.
I think he's killing her for the compass.
That could be it.
I'm not sure, but the Chevy room might be the compass room at level 8.
Yeah, I do not know Second Quest well enough.
Confirmed by Fury in chat. So, So that was a good clear. Didn't net him anything.
Yeah, Syscrusher's not going to be happy at the fact that he almost full cleared this 7, and that's a problem. Because he almost full cleared the 7, he's probably thinking it has to be one of these last 3 rooms. He's not even going to think of that Dark Knight room until maybe when he pops up in a minute, he'll think of it.
Unfortunately, meat's not required. He's going back in the right direction to get that.
Yeah, there is a diagonal room that he has to clear to find this ladder.
Yeah, dark nuts and bubbles, right?
Yeah. But he is not anywhere near that room. I believe it was in the top left corner.
That's correct. It's unfortunate, though, because he's going to have to double back and start clearing rooms again. This is where I wish we could overlay some music. Cue the Benny Hill theme. We watch the runners chase the blue bubbles for their speed back.
So that's a shutter room. That can't be a push. Angel doing a much better job this time of navigating those bubbles. Finally does get hit, but is able to use the sword beams to finish it off, and that doesn't push. That's going to be real annoying for them to get through the whole thing and then be like, alright, I was already there somewhere.
That's right. So hopefully they've marked the room that they need. You know, with any sort of question marks. I mean, there's only going to be so many rooms that they need to double check, but it's going to be a little bit of a time crunch because their map is completely filled out at this point.
Level 8 is making you walk the whole distance up and to the left to get into the center area.
Oh no. Now that would be something if Syscrusher had to go out and buy arrows to get this Triforce.
Ooh, that is one thing that could help Angel, because Angel already paid for their arrows a while ago.
Oh yeah. So here we go. Angel should be entering the room right now that has their ladder. Nope. Must be the next room over. Oh no, don't take this transport.
Yeah, that is not the section we want to be in.
No. Oh man.
And this
Hope he's
8
running
is,
to the worst.
yeah, this 8 is just not being friendly for Syscrusher. Having to take pretty much every staircase to figure out what's going on, and not even seeing the item.
Hell, and unfortunately he took a staircase right back to start, more or less, so he's gonna have to backtrack again.
Plus, with the one-way staircases in 8, a lot of times you start forgetting, like, how was it that I didn't go just walk back here?
That's right.
another push block for Angel and another staircase leading to a distant, far-off land. But that is much closer. They want to go left from here, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think it's left from here.
Yep. There we go. This is the room. Angel playing it safe here. Not getting bopped by the red bubbles.
Take a little damage boost there. Finding the ladder. All right, so Angel's not out of this now. I believe they actually have a compass that Syscrusher did not have at one point, and a little bit more information about where the Triforces are. So this 8 is going to be, we're going to have an 8 and a 9 that are real equalizers.
Absolutely. There's the compass. So let's see if there's anything blocking Syscrusher from getting this. It's the second time Angel left bombs on the dock.
All right, there's Triforce number 8 for Syscrusher. He just has to go back and get Triforce number 5. But yeah, I mean, full clear of 2Q7 for Angel, but basically a full clear of 2Q8 for Syscrusher. If Angel can find a faster way to get through that 8, they might be able to close this gap very quickly.
Yeah, at this point it's going to be Syscrusher's game to lose. So there's the ladder block that Angel saw, that we know you could bomb around,
But Angel also found the compass in this dungeon, so they know they're just going to go 1 square north of here and get out of here.
That is Triforce number 5 for Syscrusher. They are on the way to 9. That is also a thing. Syscrusher knows where 9 is, and I don't think Angel does.
that's correct. Angel has not yet seen it. Has to know at this point that it's going to be a recorder spot.
But it's in the farthest recorder spot from start. So if he up A's and starts clearing from like left to right, which is logical because you have all the spots in the desert to check, they're going to find it pretty much last.
Yep, totally agree. Nope. I think Angel's going to want that compass. Yep.
All right, so we're in 9. We know it's a second quest 9. It's going to eat a bomb as soon as we walk in. And we have doors on all sides, so let's go digging.
All right. Angel closing the gap here. Just has 2 more Triforces to dig out. Interesting that they're not going to use the recorder. Still looking for level 9, I suppose.
Yeah, they're going to check these raft spots before they do any warping on the overworld.
Yeah, the ladder spots. That's not bomb spot. Well, if that were level 9, Angel would have just missed it.
Yeah, they bombed 3 and 5 there, it looked like, and you need 4.
That's right. Yeah, luckily for them, we know that's not going to difference.
This is a single shutter room. If this pops open, the race could be over right here. Nope, just a big old room of blue bubbles.
Yeah, chat will have to tell us whether or not they hear the roar of Ganon.
So that room's not going to be able to push because I had a floor drop.
We'll see how long it takes Angel to dig out this Triforce and they have not yet even scratched the surface of.
Now I hear that, Fury. Yeah, the copyright laws are pretty stringent about pretty much using anything.
Alright, Angel's only a couple rooms away from this Triforce if they head south.
Yeah, Angel was able to find a staircase that I don't think Syscrusher took. They want to go south from that one, though.
Oh no, there's the pig. Syscrusher trying bomb it.
I see bomb holes here, or up A. Ooh, okay. Got through that pig room. Still don't know if it's required, though, so...
It's so unfortunate. Angel was so close to that Triforce.
And we find the red ring in 9.
I'm gonna go ahead and say silver arrows are gonna be here as well.
We also saw Ganon in his room, so we are very likely looking for the princess's room.
That's right. And Syscrusher's either going to have to take one of these transports or up A. He cannot go back through Ganon. And he does. Up and A, he goes back to start and try a different path. Oh,
Oh, that's it.
Required. Yeah. Get your GGs out in chat.
Syscrusher finishing with a time of 1:12:21. Angel FM giving the forfeit very shortly afterwards. Very well run race by our runners. Just that ladder difference in 7. Clearing out that one room really changed the game.
Yep, absolutely. Very close race. Let's see if we can get either one of these guys in the booth. All right, we're joined with Angel FM, GG, sir, and Syscrusher.
GG's to both of you.
Thanks, GG, Angel.
Yeah, GG, Sis.
It was a very hard-fought battle between the both of you. It came down to pulling that ladder out in 7.
Yeah, I kind of eliminated. That was the only possibility because 3, 5, and I think 8. Yeah, we're all ladder blocked, and I got the other items, so that was it.
Yeah, I cleared that one room. I don't think I cleared that one room before, or I just didn't think about it, and I cleared out pretty much all of 7 before I realized.
Yeah, I got the first item I got was a bow and 1, so I was thinking that things were vanilla. I was key blocked out of one for the next item, so I had to come back for that recorder. And I should have known because I knew that wasn't it was probably mixed quest, so I should have known that it was most likely not vanilla items. But um, I was kind of looking for four for ladder, but once I got that recorder, it was the flag that you want on whistled a new unbeaten dungeon. So from there it was downhill from there.
Yeah, both of you guys struggled with the keys early
Yeah,
on.
I bought a key. I don't think it actually ended up helping, but um, the any key was. I was really happy to see that though.
So, do we happen to know what the remorse flag might be for the next race?
It's gonna be bomb upgrades off of the white sword, magic sword.
Okay. So, sword upgrades will be guaranteed. It's always a good one.
I know both of you run a lot of different randomizers. So have you guys fought each other in other tournaments before?
I actually the only other one I do is Z1M1. That's it.
Oh,
So,
okay. I thought you did Z3M3 too, Syscrusher.
no, I'd like to, but I got to learn both of those games first.
Oh, yeah, same. I'm learning Z3 right now, so
Nice. Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, with a lot of ladder blocks, a lot of double dipping. Red ring was nice, so
multiple
Yeah,
dungeons were blocked by items in this scene too. You had a power bracelet dungeon, a raft dungeon, a recorder dungeon. You basically had to get every exploration item.
yeah, I was a little worried that I bought the bomb upgrade instead of getting the arrows because the extra bosses were on. I was like, I probably shouldn't do this, but
Yeah,
I did it.
that was my thought process too. I'm like, I don't feel like getting Goma blocked, so
I
I bought the
know.
arrows when I could.
Yeah, I lucked out because I saw the Goma in 7 too, so I was a little worried. And there are just a lot of bosses in the game.
Yeah, there was a ton of bosses, but very only the almost all of them were manhandlers and dodongos. Very few
Yeah,
actual blocky bosses.
right. Yeah, I don't know if the dig duggers blocked anything. I can't remember, but I killed some. They were blocking staircases, but I don't know if they were required. Anyway, the recorder was required, so
So it looks like you two are scheduled for tomorrow at what
9
is that?
should be the same
Nine
time.
o'clock.
Yeah,
And then if you need to, you're going back to back,
yeah,
correct?
yep.
With that in mind, Syscrusher, if you do get to a game three, what is your reverse flag?
Hmm. I don't like hidden dungeons. That's my usual go-to. I might pick that.
I noticed a lot of people after the first couple of rounds are switching to turn off hidden dungeons, including anybody who's helping us tracking.
The only reason I don't like it is because it messes up my tracking. I have to commit to a level number when I track on my tracker, and I don't. And if it's not that level number, then I gotta kind of write down on paper what level it actually is, and then it's confusing. So
yep, totally agree.
the only time it really does when it really affects me is shapes, but because you can identify a level in these flags pretty easy if it's first or second quest, especially with the palettes if they're not changed. So there's a lot of things that can give you hints to what dungeon it is, but um, like a first dungeon I went to was 5, I think, and I didn't know right away what it was, so I had it marked as 1, and then I
Right.
had to change my tracker around, and uh, but other flags, I don't mind the other flags, whatever they are. So
Yeah, a lot of this race seems to be just figuring out what flags are on and
mhm,
using that information to help you find out the other flags you haven't figured out yet.
yeah,
So we do have another race coming up here shortly on the Randomania channel, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eat My Steel versus F. Coughlin. I believe that's still no, that's consolation bracket, correct? Or is that still the bracket?
That is in the upper bracket. Fred was the one who knocked Syscrusher down here.
Oh,
Yes, he did.
there you go. So that'll be very exciting. Either of you guys have any other comments for tonight's race?
Not
Just-
really.
Just thank you, Furry, for the restream. Magic
Yeah,
Friends and Zealous for commentating, and Zealous for tracking too. So
Yeah, as always.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, good race, friends, and I'm all set for tonight. I will see you all tomorrow night.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Stay right here. Another race starting in about 10 minutes.